Hello everyone, you are on the channel Adult Children. Today, I went fishing in the morning. The fishing trip didn't work out, so I had to go mushroom picking. The weather today is nice, autumn-like, and it's already the beginning of November. It is clear that there is no wind. The weather is good for fishing, but for some reason, the fish are not biting en masse yet. The fishermen have nothing. I haven't caught anything yet, so let's go. To the forest, to the old spots. The navigator of the program I Am Going Home is already turned on. The satellites are installed. We just need to choose a house, and then we will go to the forest. After that we will see. At least we will find the boat. I know approximately where the mushroom trees are, so I won't search for long. Here is the first find. They are still very small mushrooms. It is clear that they were cut last time, but new ones have managed to grow. It is abundantly clear that mushrooms will definitely grow if it is indeed not cold, so we cut the larger ones and leave the smaller ones. Here, new mushrooms have grown. Of course, it's not as abundant as I would like, but it's still good. It will do for quantity. We are cutting them. This is also a nice stump. Beautiful. In the heart of a very nice and serene forest, there are beautiful mushrooms of various colors and sizes, scattered across the lush green floor, creating a picturesque and enchanting scene. After all, when the weather is damp, mushrooms grow very quickly. Therefore, it is possible to gather almost every week. Very good fallen wood promising. And here, this is visible from below. Mushroom bed. These mushrooms seem to have emerged for the first time. This year, the mushroom bed has not been harvested yet, so they are all closer. In the late autumn season, they tend to grow much more significantly better, because there is usually a greater amount of moisture present, as the summer season is typically known to be quite humid. There aren't many mushrooms yet, but let's go further. Here is another little tree, a very large fallen tree, and new oyster mushrooms are growing on it, especially after more rainfall. Last time, as you can see, Grandfather Vasya trimmed this tree, but unfortunately it has grown back once again, so we will cut it again now. It's generally harder to search for mushrooms in the sun because the eyes get blinded. Our mushrooms are such beauties. Sometimes we have to climb trees to cut mushrooms that grow high above the ground. We often find ourselves in situations where, for instance, when we need to reach those mushrooms that are growing very high up in the trees, we might have to use a long stick to reach them. You see, the mushrooms have already grown and have reached their full size. For the situation, we cut them with great care and utmost precision and put them in the backpack. These are kinds of mushrooms. Here is another tree. It is clear that mushroom pickers have been here. Recently, there are fresh cuts. But at the very bottom, a little mushroom has already grown, and we will cut it. This place is very promising. Every year I gather mushrooms. And here we are at the mushroom spot. Up there it looks really great, we will need to knock some down. And down below, a good mushroom patch is growing. We will cut them. Very often there are places that are not easy to reach, so a regular makeshift stick is used to knock the mushroom down. It is important to be careful to minimize any damage to it. Here it is, the gum is already on the ground. Of course, it is not as beautiful as if it were cut, but nevertheless, its taste is mushroom-like and is in no way inferior in flavor to its cut friends. Let's keep cutting. These little mushrooms are hiding high up from us. Today it is indeed extremely sunny and beautiful in the forest. Here is another fallen tree. A mushroom forager was here recently, judging by the cuts. And right next to it, an oyster mushroom has grown at the very top. So we will use the stick that is lying here. Most likely, someone used it last year or this year. This is how I collected our mushrooms. From the ground in a careful and methodical manner, from the forest floor. So beautiful. You see, a beautiful little swamp that is completely overgrown with duckweed. And near it, there is a fallen tree, which also has mushrooms. Last time they were not there because the mushroom pickers had cut them, but a week and a half has passed and they have had time to grow. We will cut them. Very nice little mushrooms, and they need to be cut.
Today I have a small knife because I originally planned to go fishing and didn't take a good large knife. These are the mushrooms. There is just on our tree.
The oyster mushroom is the safest mushroom, and you will never get poisoned, unless of course it grows in a factory. There are many small mushrooms on the tree here, and very soon they will become big. Literally in a week they will be ready to be cut. Let's go further in that direction. The forest is very calm. A rather promising tree is covered in oyster mushrooms. It looks like it has recently dried out. It will bear fruit for many years to come. We will cut them. It is of course harder down below, while it is easier up above. I no longer have enough space for the mushrooms. I took off the hood from my jacket because my small bag is already full, and the rest of the backpack is lying in the boat. I didn't expect to find anything else here. Soon I'll be stuffing my pockets with mushrooms. Here, my bag and hood are already full. I will have to return to the boat because there is nowhere else to put things. Of course, at the next spot I will take a backpack with me because the little bag can hold very few mushrooms. Let's just quickly go to the boat. I have a program. Now we will turn on the program. We are going home. Let's go quickly. We'll take a pocket and be on our way. While walking through the forest, observe the trees for mushroom mycelium. And it is also necessary to look under the roots of the trees. There is a small lake, a swamp, and right under the roots of a tree there are mushrooms. Although The trees are not completely dry yet. It means they will soon be such beautiful mushrooms. Let's cut them.
They found themselves right in a crevice. Such a truly beautiful tree. And they have settled very well there. But still, it is necessary to eat a little.
Here is another fallen tree on which there are small mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms. Here. They are currently growing a bit worse because it is somewhat cold outside at night. And you can see that they are breaking through. In a week they will have a good marketable appearance. Here are the mushrooms we have. Our fishing and mushroom gathering has come to an end. The fishing did not go well today. We didn't see any fish at all. The same goes for the other fishermen who are sitting there. According to their feedback, there are no fish. The fish weren't biting, but we gathered about 5 kilograms of oyster mushrooms. So, we didn't go out on the water in vain today and derived great pleasure from this activity, because nature, after all, distinguishes the human body, and the human body is distinguished by good vibes, mood, and health. So, this is our catch for today.
Frying the mushrooms so the wife won't be angry. Whoever went out brought nothing back.
You are on the channel Adults and Children. Subscribe to our channel, stay with us, and write your comments. Goodbye, everyone.